Welcome back. Josh Taylor, Paul Zeise. Paul, the 88th pick just came in from San Francisco. It was the guy you just mentioned, Trey Sermon, the guy you talked about as an option as a third-round pick. He goes right when you bring his name up. He's the guy that they take. So good on you for making that assessment. But let's talk about this now. 5 picks left for the Steelers going into day 3 tomorrow. They've addressed running back. They've addressed tight end. They've addressed guard with an interior guy, or at least the interior offensive line. What do you think that they need to try to look at as far as tomorrow with those remaining 5 picks? Should they use all of them, of course?
Well, they need a tackle. Still, I think they should get a tackle. They obviously should get a linebacker and a corner. You get those 3 positions, I don't care what you do with the other 2, picks. I mean, go get the best player available. Josh, it wouldn't, as well as they pick receivers, in the 6th round, if there's a guy there that they like at receiver, I wouldn't hate it. So, I mean, to me, you're making your offense better. And I think that as long as you address those other couple of needs, go get somebody that might have high upside.
To your point, they talked to quite a few receivers as far as the interview process leading up to the draft. And this is one of those things I tend to pay attention to because a lot of times, and Paul, you probably know this too, the Steelers talk to guys at the Senior Bowl. They usually talk to them at the Combine when the Combine is actually available to them. They talk to guys with interviews, whether in this case it's a Zoom call or they bring players to the South Side to interview with them. And they go to dinner with guys the night before their pro days or the night of their pro days. Usually that's where the tea leaves fall as far as guys you think they might be interested in. The top 2 picks they had, first round, second round, were both guys that they were present at their pro days. Mike Tomlin, Kevin Colbert, and in Najee Harris's case, also the offensive coordinator, Matt Canada, was there also. So there are some tea leaves that you can read as far as who they're into. For me personally, it's just keeping track of all that kind of stuff. But to your point, tackle is probably somewhere I look, linebacker somewhere I look, corner is somewhere I look. I wouldn't even mind looking at possibly, maybe even another defensive lineman as far as maybe shuffling in and rotating some guys, a guy that can come off the edge, maybe in an Alex Highsmith type of situation. Obviously not drafted as high, but one of those really recruited, under-scouted, just unknown guys, diamond in the rough type dudes that might come off the edge and create a little bit of havoc.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously they're always looking to improve their edge rush. I mean, that would be something that they could kind of see if they could do. But, again, they need a corner. They need a guy who can play, maybe start this year in the slot and then, move over to Joe Hayden's spot next year. They definitely need that. They could use a tackle, I think. And like I said, a linebacker would not be the worst thing. They really aren't that deep. At either outside or inside linebacker. I think bringing Vince Williams back probably means you go outside, but, I mean, they could use another linebacker.
To your point, they used, 6 guys last season at inside linebacker because of injuries? That does create a bit of a hole and something that you probably need to address. So to your point, that makes a lot of sense. I want to remind everybody, by the way, tomorrow night, 7:30 KDKA, is the Steelers 2021 draft show. Join our team, Rich Walsh, Missy Matthews, Charlie Batch, Matt Williamson. They're going to break down all 3 days of the 2021 draft. In the meantime, thanks to Paul Zeise. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Thanks for your calls. As I say often, it is you guys that make this show great. Make the switch to KDKA. We're talking more about night 2 of the draft. I'm Josh Taylor. See you later.